Is it King James or is it Kang James? Or how do you say this? I got to get used to showing LeBron props
did
like
that
this.
hate just peek out?
I mean, I'm a reformed LeBron hater. I'm not a LeBron hater anymore. I used to be. But that fourth ring is coming.
You know what I do find fascinating? A lot of people are starting to throw the whole it's just a bubble now. Like 2 weeks ago, nobody cared, but now all of a sudden it's like, it doesn't really count. It's just a mini series, a mini season. And y'all haven't seen it?
I've seen plenty of it.
Yeah.
I think it counts. I think it counts. It's still going to have an asterisk.
Yeah, but nobody cared about that when their team was in. That's the fucked up part about it. Like,
I think we were just excited to have. I think we were just excited to have sports again. But now that football has come back and things are kind of normalized a little bit on the sports scene, we're kind of seeing the NBA for what it is right now. Like it's.
That's just because football's back. That's really.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Seeing the NBA for what it is.
That's a little haterish right there.
The NBA right now is kind of watered down. Like there's no fans, there's no home court advantage. Like there's no true electricity.
That's baseball. That's NFL. There's no fans.
No. In football, you still have to travel to the other team's stadium. You have to play on their turf. It means something in Denver when you play on their field.
But doesn't that put the teams on the even level though?
But they're all in the same position.
Yeah, that's the key point right there.
They all have the same obstacles, so that don't really hold weight. You know what I'm saying?
But technically you want the teams to be on an even level. So doesn't that make it more even?
It's more. Listen. Here's my quick opinion on that. If anything, flip it, and think about it this way, right? It's more of a tournament. It's like the Final Four. Nobody got home court. It's mano a mano. Everybody get in, dig in, and let the best team win. So you remove all of that shit, and that shit is just let the best team win. Whatever team handles and adapts to that situation is gonna win. That's fair.
I'm an admitted LeBron hater. Okay.
There you go.
Say
it with your chest. Y'all like when people admit they haters. So say it with your chest.
All right, just tell us.
That's all y'all do is admit it.
I
respect him as a man and everything he does off the court. But I think on the court, he's pretty good. But that's the most I can say.
He said he's pretty good. Come on, man. Don't have me sit here to defend LeBron, man. Don't say he's fucking pretty good.
To me,
he's pretty good.
To me, right now, he's not the best player in basketball. The best player in basketball set out this season. And when he comes back next year, I think it's going to be hell to pay. You know, I mean,
that's an argument.
That's the best guy.
Let me ask you this. That best player, right? That best player, has he been to 10 finals in 17 years?
I did not say he was.
How many? No. How many finals has that player been to in his career?
That's not fair. LeBron was on the East. That's not fair. That's not
fair
at all.
That's fair. That's very fair.
No, what I was going to say is
fair.
Just because you are more accomplished doesn't mean that you are the best.
Hey,
that's fair.
It means
Bill Russell.
So results. So fuck results.
Championships. Bill Russell has 13 NBA championships. You're not going to argue with me that he's the best player.
But that's a false equivalency, because LeBron's been the catalyst for every finals he's at. He's not a hoary dude. So this is not a compiler stat. This is the dude.
So Bill Russell
has been to. No, but you're basically saying compiling 12 tips. You're talking about compiling.
I mean, you just said 10. You're compiling.
He's been to 10.
But check this out.
Which one of those was not the reason?
But check this out, though. I watched that player that I'm talking about at the end of a game, and mano a mano, take the ball and shoot that bitch in LeBron's face for the win.
Okay, so
that's what I call fucking great right there.
So we know LeBron is one of the GOATs. We get that. We know KD is one of the best players ever. We get that. So my team has one of the best up-and-coming players, probably going to be one of the GOATs one day, which is Luka. So I want to give a quick shout-out to the Mavs owner, Mark Cuban, for going to see about Delonte West and getting his resources together to get him in rehab and reunited with his family. Shout out to him. That was good shit. And good looking out for that, Mark.
That's what's up. That was a good gesture. Good gesture.
Facts. Yeah, that's huge, man.
With all that shit being said, we got a motherfucking podcast to get to. And it's Friday. It's the weekend. Big got on his fucking exercise shirt and his tequila bottle. I'm sweating in my tank top on this hot ass day. We got in Vegas in that hot weather. We got Dion, the wonderful Dion, the podcast favorite Dion, of course. How everybody doing on this motherfucker?
The voice of reason.
Damn good.
All is well.
Hey.
Pretty damn
look, we missed a week. It seemed like we ain't been here forever, man. I missed y'all.
It does feel like
Hey, before we get started, man, I want to give a special shout out to my father, Bernard Melton Sr., who turned 80 years old last week.
Happy birthday, Pops.
He still got all his faculties. He's he can drive, but we don't let his ass drive.
You don't let him drive.
He has a mobility scooter that he rides around, and he even was caught shadow boxing in the kitchen last week. So
shout out to Pops.
Happy birthday.
Salute the OG, man.
Y'all getting him something for his birthday?
Yeah, well, we he's a man who likes to enjoy a home cooked meal. So I made him a meal that he wanted. He wanted a steak, so I made him a steak, medium rare, the way he likes it. You know what I'm saying? A baked potato and some spinach. So that's what he wanted.
That's what he wanted. That's what he got.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Eric, go ahead and charge up his scooter, man. I be seeing his mobility thing, the videos be posting. He be gone, man.
Hey, I hope Pop don't see this, but we take his scooter out for rides at night and shit.
Hey, look. Hey, I don't know if y'all know about Vegas, but Pops, go ahead and put $40 in your basket, Pops, and ride down for my street. Fremont, go ahead and put $40 in your basket. Go get you a birthday dessert.
Yo, I can see you high as fuck.
Shout out to Pops. That's what's up, man. Happy birthday.
Y'all crazy. Happy birthday. Oh,
I was doing the same.
That is funny.
Oh, man. That shit is funny. Happy to be here, man. Happy to be here. Happy to be healthy. Happy to just fucking chill with my peeps, man. Salute.
Yeah, Vic, it look like you putting on an exercise bike today. You got the energy wristband going. You got the workout gloves.
No, man. I got a fucking torn. I got like a torn ligament, man. This shit's a brace for my thumb.
Yeah. Something, ain't it? As you get older, boy.
Take it easy on yourself.
Playing with my kids, man.
Take it easy on yourself.
I banged my fucking thumb and hyperextended this shit.
You gotta train yourself to use your left hand, Vic.
Yeah, switch up, Vic. Switch up, Vic.
Yeah. That was dice.
Okay. I got worried for a second.
Got him.
Oh, crazy.
Some mine out the gutter, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, man, you know how we are.
But it's been a crazy week. Did y'all see the debate? Everybody's up in an uproar with the debate. Did y'all see it?
Man.
That shit was lit. That shit was so fucking American. That's why I don't understand when people mad. It was the most American thing I've seen in a while. Americans love.
People are used to the more structure, right? The commentator asks a question, somebody answers, the other one might interrupt, they might not, but so I think people just wanted more structure.
But you know what though? My thing was this. What did people expect? Every day online, all you see is hatred being spewed back and forth. I've even seen people say if they could whoop Trump's ass, they would whoop his ass. Or they would love to cuss him the fuck out. And shit like that. So when Biden got up there and the shit got a little heated in exchange, I honestly thought Biden was gonna steal his ass. I was like,
Right?
I thought he was gonna swing on his ass too, Eric.
he might hit him, but I was like, for the most part, that shit was entertaining. I mean, I didn't expect anything else from Trump. I mean, that's what I expected from him.
Yeah.
Turned into a shit show.
But you gotta admit though, because you figure they're running to be the president, like even still after almost 4 years, Trump will say something, somebody will post it, and I still go to his Twitter page because I'm like, there's no way he said that shit. And he really said that shit. So you gotta admit there's still a level of, you know what I'm saying, where you're surprised that you can't believe that he said the shit or that he did whatever he did. Or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
No, it's still like that because even though I expected Trump to be an asshole, I didn't expect him to tell that man your son's a crackhead.
Right?
That was fucked up.
That was fucked up. But see, okay, I hate to go off on a tangent, but that's exactly what people are talking about. Is like you just took addiction and downplayed it. In my opinion, he downplayed it. And so
that's not what he did. It was, to me, what he did was he disrespected Biden. It wasn't about addiction as a whole.
Yeah, to you, but there are a lot of addicts that felt that way. There are a lot of people who are addicts that said, wait a minute, you use an addiction, a disease, because a lot of people feel like it's a disease and not something that you can control, and you held that against a father. Like that's kind of fucked up in my opinion, I think.
He absolutely doesn't care about that. I mean,
no, he doesn't care. But now the news had put out today that he has COVID.
He got the Rona.
But first we got to clarify, do you guys believe he actually has it?
I mean, shit, he says he has. I mean, the media outlets say he has it.
A lot of people don't believe
I'll say yeah, because I'm trying to wrap my head around what does he benefit by lying.
Yeah.
What did he get?
People aren't talking about the debate anymore. I mean, they're not talking about what happened in the debate.
But he wants them to talk about the debate. He don't run from that. That's what he wants. He don't run from that.
Yeah.
He don't run from that.
I think he has it just because he spent so much time trying to prove that it's not a big deal. Now that he has it, I
think it's more painful for him to admit that he has it,
right?
Because he's got a lot of pride, and he was talking all that hoax shit in the beginning, So it's like for him to have to say, "Yeah, we got the COVID, and now we got a blah blah blah." He's probably annoyed as fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, "Who had that shit in here?"
I was trying to find out if he went to the hospital because he is sick, or they took him to the hospital as a precaution. I couldn't find that in the news. Where
they took him to the hospital to fucking cure his ass.
basically, get that nigga the shot right quick.
Yeah, but give him the shot.
I was real interested to hear Vic and Dion's point of view from this though, because what I've been seeing on the internet from people who hate Trump, and people, when I say that, people be like, "Oh, yeah, you're a Trump lover." No, fuck Trump, I'm not. But Vic clearly wants to square up with Trump, and we know this already. But I've been seeing people split. They're either half of them are saying it's fake, and he's just doing this to run from the debate, and the other people are celebrating, say, "Yeah, he got the Rona. I can't wait till that motherfucker die." So I really wanted to I've been seeing that all day.
Oh yes, so I'll talk about. I'll talk about that. So I think he has it. Number one. I'm not gonna say I hope he dies, because dog, that's like, listen, man, I can't stand the motherfucker. But I'm not gonna say I hope he dies from the Rona. Like that shit, it's just not that serious. You know what I'm saying? The truth of the matter is that motherfucker's a Democrat, and he's bamboozling all these motherfuckers. He always been a Democrat.
Yeah.
He's been a Democrat. He's 74. He's probably been a Democrat for 70 years of his life. And he actually spit game already. It's already on wax where he already said, if I ever ran for president, I ran as a Republican because they're fucking dummies. And I just do this, that, and the third. And I'll act this way, and I know I'll get all the people. This shit's all calculated, man. Just everything he does is calculated.
That nigga 70. He's 74.
Yeah, they are old.
God damn, I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah, they're up to, but see, that's why I say he's a master at the way that he manipulates the way that he puts his information out there. Because if you listen to him, Biden is the person that's old and can't handle anything, and no one would ever question that Trump is old. No one would ever say that. You know what I mean? The focus is that Biden is. So I think he has it too, because I just don't see how you go around telling people that it's not real, and now you have to admit that you have the thing that you really didn't think was real. So I think he has it, but I just don't. I personally don't really care. I'm like Vic. I don't wish death on nobody, but
yeah, I'm not. Listen, when I say shit like I can't stand that motherfucker, blah blah blah, like I truly can't stand the motherfucker, his behavior, the shit he's done. But I firmly believe that at the end of the day, this shit's all a dog and pony show. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is, you know, they're just doing what they got to do to get to where they got to be.
Yeah.
And behind the scenes, they're laughing at all of us.
I believe that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of us. I agree with that.
Well, look, Mr. President, I heard that weed killed a Rona, so, you know what I'm saying? If you need a little A for something, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? just shout out the podcast and we got you.
Nah, they doing lines of hydrochloroquine right now. Whatever that is. They just topping it up. That's why they brought him to the hospital. That shit's on a gold tray.
Some people think that he put this out because he didn't want to. He trying to deflect from his taxes. The fact that he hasn't paid taxes.
Hey.
I've saw that too.
He hasn't been, but this has been. So here's the thing. He's in court for this. You know what I'm saying? They're going to court. So like the whole thing about taxes, right? So real quick, I don't get upset that he hasn't paid a lot of taxes because that's the game for you. That's what they do. Like in my life, my whole goal in life is when I go to sit down with my accountant is to pay the fucking least amount. If I could pay $1, I'll pay $1. So I'm not gonna hate on him for that. The one problem I do have with him though is that as president, you are supposed to be transparent and show your tax returns. And the fact that he's been hiding those and been getting away with it, that to me is a problem. If he showed his taxes and he wasn't doing no illegal shit and he just ain't paying taxes, hey man, that's how the rich motherfuckers do. I'm not gonna hate him for that. That's more systemic because a motherfucker that pays that works and makes 50 grand a year is getting state tax, income tax. You know what I'm saying? Getting all sorts of fucking taxes. And you're getting stepped on and getting 60% of your fucking money at the end of the day. And God forbid you have benefits for you and your family. That's the fucked up shit. Is because the middleman gets fucked over and these rich dudes don't pay taxes. But that's another story because the truth of the matter is that's just not in the Constitution. And that's why they don't pay taxes.
I don't really have an issue with Trump not paying taxes. I have an issue with people and corporations who make a lot of money who don't pay their fair share of taxes. So if you're making a lot of money and taxes are 10% or 15% or whatever the fuck everybody decides it should be, and everyone is paying it, I don't give a fuck what you do after that. I just have a problem when you have big corporations and people that are rich that just don't pay taxes. That's the type of shit that I think is fucked up because we got to pay taxes. And I'm not somebody who believes that no one should pay taxes. I disagree with that, you know. But
look, I'll say, like Tyreek said, teach me the game, Ghost. Fuck that, nigga. That's impressive to me. If he got away with paying $750 taxes,
I agree.
Man, teach me the game, Ghost. Fuck all that people hating on him. I get it though. He's the president. He's Trump. People are gonna hate. Blah, blasey, fucking blah. If I can get away with that, shit.
I would too. Yeah.
That's pimping the economy right there.
I don't believe people should pay income tax. That's a different story. All the other taxes I agree with because if you don't pay fucking taxes, in your community, how does shit get upheld?
Right, exactly.
How do you put your kid, if you want your kids in public schools, but you don't want to pay no fucking taxes, that don't make no sense, right? So, you know.
Do you know how much, listen, this is what I tell people. I work for a local municipality. I work in a town that is literally 4 square miles. Do you know every month our electric bill is between $37,000 and $40,000 every single month? No question. And that's just our electric bill, right? And people don't realize that's how much money has to be paid. So that's why I don't have a problem with paying taxes. I have a problem with everybody's not paying their fair share of taxes. That's the shit that pisses me off.
Hey, I mean, it is what it is.
It's expensive.
Look, America, don't expect me to pay my fair share of taxes because I'm not.
Right. That's why I think it's the laws that are fucked up. Not if he could get away with it. I'm all for that. I don't. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, I know there is some stuff that's good for the culture right now. I'm actually really excited for him. Joe Budden's got his own network. Remember
Cheers
we
to
were
fucking
saying,
Joe.
like we were
was
saying,
just talking
why
about that
doesn't he
shit.
just go get his own
Yep.
stuff? And now he has his own network.
Ownership, baby.
It's big. I think little stuff like I'm saying it's little, but because it's just started. But I think that's a big, big win, and I really want him to stick with it and keep going with it. It's a big win. What y'all think?
As soon as I find this
Huge.
email, I'm reaching out. I've
You
been
know,
looking for it. I reached out to Charlamagne the God to try to get us on there. I'm gonna reach out to Joe. Joe, if you're listening, fuck with your boys and fuck with us, the Arrogant Underdogs. Hire us, put us on that damn network. I love that black ownership. I love that shit, man. We need
I
it.
do too. I do too.
Yeah,
That's
I agree. I
important.
gotta eat a little crow because in the beginning I thought he was so like when they were remember when they were doing the countdown and they were like a couple pods and the posturing and all that, I thought he was overplaying his hand. But at the end of the day, if this was what if this was a plan the whole way, then obviously I was dead wrong and he did his thing. But there's no bigger power move, man, than having your own. Even if it's less money in the beginning. Because it's his and he could grow it and he could grow it. You know?
It likely is.
That's a $20 million deal. Sound good, but when everyone gets paid, that's just stepped on, you know.
Right. You see what Joe Rogan is going through, where people are like monitoring and trying to tell him what to say. And unfortunately, if you are aligned with a corporation, they might get what they want.
Well,
they might have to tell
it's funny you say that because a lot of Joe Budden fans are going after Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Who are mad because he ain't on Spotify, so they're trying to dig up everything on Rogan and put up a bunch of shit about it. It's actually funny, but it ain't gonna stick, man. Rogan's a machine.
Yeah.
But the same thing Joe was talking about Spotify is the same thing that Joe's going through. Like it's not as his freedom is not there anymore. Like Joe Rogan had it before, because before he could just say whatever the fuck he want and he gets little backlash. But now they actually have Spotify employees that's threatening to strike and boycott and do all that shit. So it's a pick you off with
say whatever. He left YouTube because they were censoring him. He went to Spotify because he could do what he wants. But it ain't fans it's employees that are trying to come after him. And it's employees because the employees are like, yo, why you sponsor Black podcasts?
Yeah.
Joe Budden couldn't do that, but he could, and so that's what's happening right now internally.
But to piggyback off of what you were saying, the way that Joe went out, the way that he was talking basically big shit before he went out, how he's against companies, how they keep doing them. Now that he owns his own network, people are gonna look to him to make sure he's not doing that same shit that he was holding the other companies accountable for. So he's really gonna have to move in a certain way now.
And that's always a weird position to be in, because now you have to protect your own brand. So now you have to tell people what they can and cannot do because you got to protect your own money. So the tables have turned on.
That's facts. Hey, there's a saying, and it's one of my favorite sayings, man. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, baby.
Fact.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Yeah. But
when you own
a
lot of shit.
That he even got started.
It's very good.
Shout out to Joe.
Very
shout
good.
Out to Joe.
It's very good. Absolutely. And it's very good because now he can go out and throw an olive branch and reach out to people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's, I hope that he goes out and starts reaching out to people and giving people a platform and opportunity. And obviously not, I'm biased, obviously. This is what we do. But in general, like for him to have the power to go and put people on and recognize talent and give them a platform, and compensate them for their work and possibly give them a piece of ownership as well, if that comes with the territory, like all of that shit, man. He's creating a lane, dude, and that's a lane that never existed before. So for that alone, you got to salute that shit.
Sure.
And the sacrifices that come with that. He probably could have got a bigger bag. You know what I'm saying? And absolutely could have got a bigger bag. And the fact that that's just to be respected. So, sometimes I think likability is overrated. I think people can't salute people because they might not like them or don't agree with them,
Overrated?
you know what I'm saying?
Overrated?
Yeah.
You still gotta like somebody. You cannot agree with them and still like them.
I don't mean likability. I mean, like, I don't know how to phrase this, right? So, like, you don't have to like someone and agree with them, but so LeBron's a perfect example, right? Like, some people just can't like him, but you can respect what he's doing, respect what he's done off the court.
Good point.
That
You know
sound
what
like
I'm
me.
saying?
Yeah.
So, like, exactly.
So
A lot of people don't like Joe Biden.
But you got to respect what he's done. Yeah, got you all the way.
Exactly, but I've been looking at a lot of, like, I didn't realize that, like, the podcast beef is a real thing, dog. It's like a bunch of little movements and shit that's going on, like the last weekend that you know, there was some videos that were put up in some groups where, and I was looking at it, and I was listening, and I was like, oh, so this is like, there's a lot of drama in this goddamn field.
But
So
isn't it
my
interesting?
point is that I'm sorry, again, Chris.
Isn't it interesting, y'all, that we didn't know that he was coming out with his own network? He kept that a secret to the public, but there was people behind the scenes who had to know. So isn't that a little interesting that
of course.
before he came out with his network, they put out this smear campaign against him, talking about he was fucking his dogs, that he was abusing women, and was on. Isn't that a little interesting that happened? And all of a sudden now he got his network coming out. So
Are you claiming conspiracy, Chris?
I don't know. I think it's interesting just because I think that's the nature of the beast. I don't think you can ever be in the public eye and not have somebody who's coming for you or trying to tear you down. I think it's so close to impossible that I don't even think it's more like a conspiracy anymore. I would expect it. You know what I'm saying? I would get to a point where I expect it now, and I don't have nearly as much money or power or clout or anything as they have, and I expect it now for people when I go to work, somebody's coming at me, or if I'm trying to, do something.
The person who's going through it, who expects it, isn't the person that thinks it's a conspiracy. It's the people on the outside.
Right, that's true. That's a good
don't
point.
know the ones who think.
Yeah, but
conspiracy involved.
Listen. Here's the facts, right? Whenever you push for ownership and you move to be an owner and not be an employee, even people who look like you low-key get offended and don't understand those moves.
Facts.
When you try to, I'm telling you right now, you tell 10 people you got a raise at your job, you're going to get way more fucking likes than you tell someone you started your own business. That's a fucking fact.
Hollywood Vic in the building. Talk that shit.
That shit is deeply rooted in our culture. Why? Because we're fucking programmed to be employees.
It is.
We're programmed to be cogs in the wheel. We're not programmed to break the wheel. So in our own fucking culture, there's crabs in a bucket. So when Joe's doing some shit that's not normally done, of course he's gonna have people that look just like him hate on him, because that's what we fucking do. Like, that's just what we do, dude.
And to piggyback off of what Vic was saying, there's actually a meme on Facebook that says that if you put "I just got a new job," he had like 200 likes, 400 comments, but the same person put "I started my own business," he had about 10 likes, 2 comments. Yeah. So just to piggyback off what Vic said, it's that mentality. Like people get offended that you want to be an owner.
And honestly, dude, and you really know it when you go through it. Like I've been self-employed for 2.5 years. I've seen all of that shit. I've seen all of it. But you know, you just got to be smart. You don't go into business thinking you're gonna sell to a bunch of family and your friends. If that's what you're thinking, you'll be grand opening, grand closing. You know.
Yeah,
you gotta have a plan, but it's the truth. But people are threatened by that.
Yeah,
you know. But salute to Joe Budden, man. That shit is an accomplishment in and of itself.
So how heavy of a crown do you think Tory Lanez is wearing right now? He put that album out, and Black Twitter swarmed on him. I mean,
hey, listen, that must have been wow.
They swarmed in on him. Have y'all heard that album?
That album is fire.
Is it really?
No, I haven't heard one song.
Me either.
That album is fire.
It's impressive, I must say.
Really?
I'm a little bit shocked by his weekly record sales, but I thought it was good music considering
Shocked
what.
by they're good or shocked that they're not so good?
I'm shocked that there's not more purchases of his music, but I don't really know what the deal is, but because the album's hot. You know
I just don't know if that's just how people consume music now.
I know, right?
Like, who buys albums?
Isn't he?
I
I
don't buy
thought you
albums.
said that he was independent. That's a big difference. That automatically is going to give you less sales.
Well, I think he still. I think he sold like 50K his first week or something, but it was expected to do more. But it's also known that I don't know if you guys know this, but certain DSPs have removed him not from their services, but from their playlist. So that's what they're doing. That's what they did to 6ix9ine also. So he's in a form. He's being blackballed right now by certain companies and DSPs.
Is he on Tidal?
And people.
Pretty sure he is.
Tidal, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He's on Apple.
I don't know actually. Tidal, I don't know. That's Jay-Z, right?
Well, it's supposed to be like artist owned. There's
Tidal
like
is
a
Jay-Z.
ton of artists. Yeah, I mean, I think Jay-Z is like a
Because that's one of his.
owned by
That's
a
one
lot
of his
different
main
artists.
things. He called out Jay-Z. And when you call out Jay-Z, bad things
I'm gonna
usually
check to see
happen.
if it's on Tidal. I bet he's on Tidal though.
Yeah, he's called out Jay-Z. He said he
Their
noticed how
platform.
he talked about it on the album. And this is the thing I'm getting from people, because it's mixed reactions. It's people like myself who's like, this shit lit. Like, I love the arrogance of this motherfucker. He dropping videos. He like, fuck y'all in y'all feelings. Like, even if it's disrespectful or not, in his video that he dropped, I know none of y'all probably seen it, but he fucking in court with the OJ gloves. So, yeah, like he's arrogant as fuck. Like, he's like, oh, fuck y'all. Yes, he's pretending like he's OJ. Like
if it
gloves
don't
don't
fit, you
fit.
must have quit.
I'm mad at myself for not being up on this stuff, man.
Yeah, man. But the thing is, he called out Rock Nation. He said it's not a coincidence that all of Jay-Z artists is the ones that's dissing. He said as soon as I went independent, now I got the smear campaign going. So it's very interesting.
That could be true. But so here's one thing, and don't get it twisted. I've clowned Tory Lanez plenty. So I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not going to throw bricks and hide my fucking hands. I clown the shit out of him, right? And only because typically, like, dude, where I'm from, like, how you got beef with a chick? Like, just period. Like, how do you have mortal beef with a woman? Like, that don't add up. You know what I'm saying? In any way, shape, or form. For him to be in this position, to me, is the funniest shit. Because
and that's why a lot of women jumped on him.
How you want videos? So like, you know, when Pac went in on Biggie and all of them dudes, like, he's doing that to a broad. Like, what are you doing, my guy? So like, to me, there's nothing to salute. Like, you don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody saluting you. Like, that's a woman, man. Now, the one thing I don't agree with is the blackballing and trying to shut him down and all that. Because the truth of the matter is, he ain't had his day in court. Yeah. So you don't know. He may be right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe her friend fucking shot her in the foot over some wild shit. And that's why she never said anything. Who knows? That's not what I think happened. But, you know, the breadcrumbs are starting to fall into place. But the whole point is, long story short, is you don't try to shut a dude's, you don't try to shut his pipeline. You don't try to shut him down over shit like this. Like, that shit is kind of stupid. Like, that don't, to not play his music, that shit don't make sense. To me, like, I wouldn't do that. That's not cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard the album. I could trust, I think I will listen to Eric's opinion about that as good music. But Chris, you know, Chris loves Lil Wayne. Chris think Lil Wayne is the GOAT.
He's a GOAT. Come on, don't lose. He's the GOAT as an example.
So your opinion is a little suspect.
He's the GOAT. What you talking about? We're not gonna do this.
He got good music, because I told y'all I love Prom Queen, and
that's my shit.
Yeah, I love that song. I can't even think of another song of Lil Wayne's I like. Actually,
Let's talk about Listen, Lil Wayne is a savage. He's top 5 dead or alive. It's just Chris is so obnoxious.
He's so I couldn't even think of another song.
Everybody that listens to this podcast, loop that. Vic said a compliment about
Vic
Lil
said
Wayne.
he's top 5.
Loop that shit.
Top
I
5.
don't know that I would say top 5.
Top 5 dead or alive.
Top
Lil
5.
Wayne
He
is
said what he
top
said.
5. He's top 5. Lil Wayne
Dead
is
or
top
alive?
5. I think he's top
Man,
5.
Lil
That was
Wayne.
respect. That's
He's
cheers,
up there.
Vic.
I
That was
don't think
respect.
so. I don't listen to him that much. Though.
Lil Wayne.
Let me ask you a question.
My
What is
ears
your
are East
fucking
Coast
criteria?
biased.
What is your criteria? Because if it's hits, he got those. You want to battle? You want to fuck around mixtape? He got those.
Got them.
What you want? Features? He got those.
Got
What do you
them.
want to do?
I just don't listen to
Culture,
him.
he got that.
I just don't listen to him enough to make an educated opinion on him. My ears are East Coast biased. Most of the music I listen to is somewhere
Classic
on the East
albums?
Coast.
Y'all,
How many classic albums do you think he
From
has?
New York down to Atlanta.
Let me get
You
my
asked-
double cup.
you
Y'all,
asked-
let's show the ghost some respect. Let me get
You
my double
asked D
cup.
that question, but if you ask me, I'm going to be honest with you, just plain and simple, because there are better MCs. That's why my ears tell me differently that he's not in the, he
Well,
may
at this-
not even be in the top 10.
Who's better?
Not the
So name
Not the
4
point.
better. Name your 4.
Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, Biggie, Tupac, Kanye West. He's already out the 5.
Get this Kanye.
Well,
Drake,
who would you
Drake,
say
Drake,
was
three
better,
albums.
Chris?
Get the fuck out of here.
They grew up his last 3
Then who
albums.
else?
What are you talking about?
I mean, it's based on opinion, but then who else?
Well, you can't move the goalpost. You
So
said
then
top
is it
5.
Wayne? Is it Wayne after that then?
No, I'm gonna say Snoop's better than Wayne.
You know what, Eric?
Why not?
I'm not gonna say nothing.
You want to talk about hits?
I don't want to talk about it. Nope.
You don't want to
Shout
talk
out to
about
Snoop. I will never
up?
discredit Snoop.
So Wayne is somewhere between 7 and 20. We'll figure it out some other
You're
time.
crazy. No, it's all right, but you're crazy.
You know what?
You
I
better-
may have to rethink the top 5.
Yeah,
Check
buddy.
the numbers, nigga.
Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh
At this
man.
rate, though, he ain't gonna live long enough as the rest of those greats that y'all just named. He looks bad, Chris. You got to get your goat some help because he.
You know
looks
what?
bad.
Speaking of
Yeah,
Snoop,
man.
he looks about the same age, or if not older than Snoop.
Hey, that's
He's
for
about 15 years
He
younger.
looks bad. I think I've referenced
You know
this
what?
before, but when he got voted off of the Masked Singer and he took the mask off,
Mm.
his pupils were dilated. He just looked bad. His locks are like half off, and
Heels, baby.
he looks bad. He looks really bad.
That's a great contrast. Think about
Yeah.
it like this, right? You mentioned Snoop and Wayne. Snoop's career has aged like wine. Not even because of the music. He's like grown like a stock, right? His stock has gone up in the culture. Snoop's in everything. He's in fucking commercials. He's doing Corona commercials, right? He was doing peanut commercials. Snoop, his trajectory, even as his music has slowed down, has gone up. Wayne has done the opposite.
False.
The complete opposite.
False.
No,
False.
let me finish. No.
But before we get into the Wayne disrespect, we're actually talking about his health, the way he looks. And even though we can have our conversations about it, if Lil Wayne's
That's
the
a
GOAT or not.
catalyst, though. That's a big reason why. Chris.
No. I don't think your health can be a catalyst because he has had a long career. He's been doing it since he was a kid. So
Lil
right now,
Wayne
he
ain't
walks
Lil
out
Wayne-
looking like somebody old auntie. A lot of times he does look like somebody old Jamaican auntie a lot. Like I have my concerns about Wayne. I have my concerns about his health.
Hey,
Lil Wayne,
look,
I have my concerns about his health.
Anytime somebody you sign wind up being better than you, then you can't be the GOAT.
That's not
So-
true.
so-
That is not true.
Off for that one. Chris said that's.
That's not true. Because now you
Better than
can't bring Drake. You can't bring
Drake's
Drake
not
into
better
this
than
because
Lil
Drake is
Wayne.
not. You can't
Drake's
bring
not
Drake
better.
into a conversation because Drake
Is Drake
actually
better
gets
than
props
Lil
for that. He gets props for discovering.
Wayne? Is Drake better than Lil Wayne?
No, he's not. What? No,
can't stand Drake, and even I disagree with that.
No,
Drake,
no.
Listen,
Will he be greater than Lil Wayne?
Drake
Absolutely.
has taken this
No.
industry
Is
by
he better than Lil Wayne?
features,
No.
Yes.
singing,
No.
Yes.
rapping.
Chris, time out, Dion. Chris, didn't you say a couple pods ago
Why
that
y'all keep
that
switching
Drake-
the subject? We're
that
talking about
Drake
his.
was-
I will not allow him to go
You
disrespect.
told me that Drake was the new Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me
No,
that
I
Michael
agree.
Jackson.
I agree.
Michael
By the
Jackson.
time, by the time Drake retires, he's
Time
going to
out.
be the top
Okay,
artist
okay,
of all
okay.
time.
So how's he not better than Lil Wayne?
I said by the time he retires, because Drake has a lot of time left.
Hey,
He's
Chris,
going to be the top artist that ever
Nah,
lived. I agree.
Chris.
you didn't say by the time he retires. I remember that part.
Yes, put
You
the
said
double
he was
cup
the
down.
Michael Jackson. Yeah, we got you in the trap, son. You
Yeah,
in the
was
trap.
right.
That's because
Even-
y'all changing the subject. We talking about
Oh.
health. We're talking about Lil Wayne's health. Y'all talking about
He be in
y'all
the
just Lil Wayne
trap.
hating.
It's
We're
going
talking about the fact that he's
down.
38 and looks 58. Y'all bringing Drake into this.
Because he's probably fucking depressed and all of these
Depressed.
Yeah, because
What?
goddamn Drake is killing him.
It looks like drugs. Like he seriously looked like he's
I'll tell you. I'll give you 4 words. The reason why Lil Wayne looks the way he does: pills, lean, cocaine,
And baby.
and baby. You absolutely right. We agree. And baby. Look, it's to the point to where Lil Wayne, he doesn't even hide this shit. He says it in his raps now. I snort coke. He says that shit in his raps.
He says
He has
that?
a chain that says Percocet. Like that shit is like Lil Wayne's my goat, but that's disappointing. He has a diamond chain that says Percocet. Like that's
But here's-
addiction.
That's
This
bad.
is why we defer, right? Because to me, that's not goat behavior. Goats don't do that. So that's why he can't be the goat. Simply put. Simply put.
Well,
my
I don't know,
opinion.
because a lot of people would say Jay-Z and selling drugs is not much different than somebody who uses them. One could argue that that's a way
It's a hella
worse thing to
fucking
glorify.
difference.
Yeah,
Whitney
some
Houston.
that you could say that talking about selling drugs is way worse than actually using them.
I disagree. Who says that? Ain't nobody I know say that
We
shit.
lost Michael Jackson.
Say that way.
We lost Prince. We lost
Ain't
Whitney.
nobody I know rather be a crackhead than a hustler.
Wait.
Well, that's
What the fuck
exactly
are we
the
talking
point. But that's precisely the point. So that proves that it's not something that you can control, which is worse, I would think. Like selling drugs, if you're glorifying selling drugs, that's not what you want for your community. So you can't say that somebody who fell prey to addiction is a better thing to talk about than someone who's causing havoc on their community.
Whitney,
Listen,
Prince, Michael.
you want to be the
yeah.
hunter or the hunted. Nobody wants to be the
Well,
hunter.
of course you don't want to be, but that's,
There's way more glory in being a hustler than there is being ahead. Like,
something to be said.
way
But I
more.
know, but we can't move goalposts in certain situations because we ain't never brought that up about Whitney, Michael, or Prince. And what God rest their souls, R.I.P. to them, but they all died of overdose. So let's not do that.
Let's just cut the bullshit.
Whitney had a few top hits right before she died. So it wasn't because.
Listen.
So the point is, what Vic is saying, it didn't affect their music. The alcohol and the drugs and stuff didn't affect their music and make their quality go down versus go up.
Hey man, I'ma just tell it like it is, man. You can't be the goat of you kissing grown men in the mouth on the camera. I don't give a fuck.
See, disrespect.
I don't
The
give a
disrespect.
fuck.
Now that's moving.
Disrespect.
Aha!
Are you saying baby kissed the soul out that nigga? That's why he looks shriveled up? Is that what you saying?
Pause that shit.
Y'all can't even never
Pause
stick
that
to the
shit.
subject. We're talking about his goddamn health.
Vic took him hard.
Fucking goat haters around here.
Pause that shit.
I'll tell
Let
you
me
what,
play my
I'll tell you
flute.
what, that motherfucker looked like a goat. You know that much. Looked like a goat with a long ass goddamn goatee.
Lil Wayne look like a tarantula that ain't ate in 2 weeks with some sunglasses. I get it. But you
Listen,
motherfuckers
man, I
say
wish
It looks bad. I wish
that
it well, though.
no, that motherfucker. Listen, he top 5, 7, 8. He's got that range depending on who you ask. He's a fucking savage, man. I just wish he took care of himself better
Yeah,
so he could.
gotta take care
Like,
of him.
imagine if he was taking care of himself. he would be putting out way more music, way more content. Like, we would be getting blessed more with shit. It's that simple. I'm not trying to hate on the guy, but I just wish he took care of himself a little bit better.
I posted something that showed that Lil Wayne had came out, I think the same around. It was something like they was comparing him to him coming out before Tupac or around the same time Tupac came around. So Lil Wayne has been in this game since he was like 8 years old. So the damage that does to childhood celebrities, we've seen it. Like, I don't know too many childhood celebrities that I've seen that don't look like their soul has been taken, like all shriveled up prunes.
That's
like, I don't
true,
see too many.
But you know what? You're right. I'm not gonna. Who the fuck knows what he's been through? But the point is, like, seek fucking help, bruh. Like, it's one thing to be that in your 20s, 30s, but he's in his 40s.
That's true.
So at a certain point, it's like,
but he also has everything that a lot of people want. So his rock bottom is so far away that it doesn't. He's not gonna get help as long as he has the money to buy what he's buying.
Great point, Dion.
His rock bottom is so far away from what any of us could imagine that he has the money, the time, the opportunity. He can get whatever he wants. And who's gonna stand up to him?
Well, no, but it's also what you prioritize, right? Because if your rock bottom is money, if the rock bottom is monetary, right, it's superficial, then he'll never get there. But if your rock bottom is your relationship with your kids, then you could have been there a long fucking time ago. So it's really all about what you value in life.
Well, he's a great dad too. He's a great dad too. That's one thing about him. He's a great dad. But I have a question for you guys. I know we're running out of time, but I got a question for y'all. Who looks worse at their age right now? Lil Wayne or the Olsen twins?
It gotta be the Olsen twins. It gotta be the Olsen twins. It gotta be.
Ain't they younger? Aren't they younger?
I think they're younger, and they look bad.
They look they look older than Lil Wayne. They're probably a little younger.
Lil Wayne also has his complexion to help with that.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
just saying these people. I just said that to say these childhood celebrities.
Not his fault, but you know, black don't crack. But those Olsen twins, they look old as
strange thing about the Olsen twins that, like, to me, when I look at them, why does it look like one doesn't look as old as the other does?
I never noticed that.
But they both look old as fuck, right? So it looked like one is like 66 and one looks like she's about 55.
Well, Eric, what don't mean they twins don't mean they got to do the same amount of drugs. One is doing more drugs and partying than the other.
Because one of their faces really fucking.
One was smoking and one was sniffing.
And they also had like eating disorders and all kinds of shit.
All types of shit.
Yeah, they had all kinds
of shit. They fucking filthy rich, though, I tell you that.
Yeah, you are.
That cocaine is a hell of a drug, man. That cocaine is a hell of a drug. That shit changes.
Yeah.
That shit changes your metabolism. That's why they fucked up. That shit changes how you eat, how you digest food. Like, that shit changes everything. Where weed, you got a little hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But that coke, that shit changed everything.
Yeah.
So I don't even understand why motherfuckers want to do a bunch of coke.
Because it's Friday.
That shit makes.
And there's that. And there's that.
And then there was
that's what I'm talking about. Drop the bombs. Fucking nigga always in with me.
Let me tell you something. God,
so the message was, anybody listening, do less cocaine and more weed.
Indeed. That is facts.
Indeed. Indeed. Save your nose bone.
Facts.
All right, y'all.
No need for none of that.
Time always go by so fast.
Well, it's always great spending this wonderful time with my arrogant underdogs. Hopefully, Joe Budden listened to our podcast and we hear all the great things we said about him.
Hey, Joe,
email from arrogantunderdogs@gmail. Open that shit up and holler at your boy.
Joe, listen, we're signed right now for 50,000 and 10 airline tickets anywhere in the United States, bro. 50,000, 10 airline tickets. We'll make it happen.
That's my hoes.
And
Lord.
10 Popeye biscuits. We in there.
I'm holding out.
Popeyes.
I'm
Who
holding
got-
out
who
the
got-
Cowboys tickets.
You said Popeyes. Who got the best biscuits at the chicken spot? Before we leave, I'm thinking. You said
Yeah.
Popeyes.
You gotta
Popeyes.
go
Churches
to
or Popeyes?
No, you gotta go to like one of the hood spots and get you a fish pie.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
put the
I
biscuits in there.
definitely don't think it's chains that run there.
No, you gotta go to one of the hood spots.
Hey, I might
But
do
if
that
you- but
after
if
this
you're
shit.
talking
I
about-
stay at the hood spots.
That's true. I forgot y'all on the west side.
I think my neighbor sell biscuits. I might go buy some from her.
You know, man, the one thing I miss about the East Coast is fucking Bojangles.
Oh, James.
God damn. Ain't no Bojangles.
That just sound racist.
Bojangles for real?
That just sound like a racist name. I don't know why.
Man, listen. I'm in Maryland. We in Beemore, so we got Royal Farms, my man.
Oh, yeah. Roy
Ask
Farm.
anybody about that Royal Farm. So.
That's like it's like a store, right? You can go in there and get sandwiches and stuff.
It's more than a store, my friend.
Okay.
It's more than a
Fried
store.
chicken is really good. Don't they have
It
those
is
in California?
It is a fucking fried chicken
I'm not sure.
destination.
I'm not sure. You know we high as fuck. We talking about how we start talking about chicken and biscuits and sandwich spots.
Oh, no.
You motherfuckers,
man.
it's the
We
weekend, it's
motherfuckers
Friday.
started talking shit.
We 16 episodes in. This episode 16 coming up. When we get there, we appreciate everybody. Hey, man, this has been a journey. We appreciate everybody sticking to the journey with us too. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to Eric Pop. Shout out to the fans.
Everybody who's stuck with us.
You know what, Eric? You know what? We ain't gonna do this ever.
Shout out to you, ignorant shop motherfuckers.
To the barbershop.
That love us. Shout out everybody that hate us. Shout out everybody that press play.
Hey.
Shout out everybody that share.
Hey,
We just
shout
appreciate
out.
your time.
Hey,
I'm nervous.
and before we leave, I just want to say, fuck the Raiders.
Oh.
Hey, you know what? Fuck them. Fuck them. Over like that's team. Fuck them. Because there's a lot of Raiders fans that have been dissing the Eagles, so fuck the Raiders. I agree. I agree on that.
Y'all damn wrong.
Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment, do all those things. Put it in somebody's inbox.
Facts.
We'll holler at y'all next week.
Peace and be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Stay
Peace
cool.
and blessings.